Usually he's pretty solid with the glove at third, but I think this time he just rushes a little bit because he wanted to start the double play. So instead of 2 outs, they get none, and we'll see if the guy on the mound can bail them out.
Oh, and it misses, ball 4, and that will force home a run. Here comes the Indians manager to make that slow trip to the mound. And he's going to motion for the bullpen, as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. So he'll depart after 5 1/3 innings of work and with no shot to win the decision. And this could be trouble now. It's 3-1.
Well, things are bad enough as it is right now. 1 run in, base is juiced, and now he's falling behind the count. You can bet the guy at the plate is thinking about making this a 5-run inning in a hurry.
And that misses. Ball 4. A run will come in to score. Here's C.J. Cron now. He's hoping to avoid the hat trick. He struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances so far. Liner towards second. And that's in there. Base hit. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead. That makes it a 4-0 ball game.
Up next for the Tigers.
Ready once again. And Austin Romine. He's got a chance to add on to what's already been a big inning for them.
Yeah, 2 on here and 3 on the board already. They've absolutely come out and forced the issue of this inning. Matt, a hit here could really fire up that dugout.
Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. The 2-2. Heading out towards shallow right. And that's going to fall for a base hit. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead. And he's safe.
How frustrating is that, Dan? He tries to bury something in with 2 strikes, and this guy throws out a fillet of fish to the opposite field.
You know, sometimes you have to tip your cap. That inside-out swing as a pitcher, you think you've thrown it.
In the dirt and block behind the plate. The throw will go to third, and he nails him at third. Great throw. 9 men come to the plate. 4 score. Bottom of the 6th inning now. Digging in for his second at-bat, Roberto Perez. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. A 1-2 count to the Indians catcher. Hit in the air to right field. Taking it in is Puig, and there's your first out. So the Indians lineup flips over, and to the plate, Cesar Hernandez. He was thrown out at second trying to stretch a base hit into a double in its last at-bat. Scope will look this one in, and there are 2 away now. Ready for another shot now. Oscar Mercado 0 for 2 with a fly ball and a ground out on his line to this point. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. Hit back up the middle, taken in by Scope. And the off-balance throw is right there for the 3rd out, and a high degree. So digging in now, Nico Goodrum. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. 1-1, here it comes.
Whoa, that's down.
Line to shortstop, and there's 1 away.
Now batting.
At the plate, Jacoby Jones 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. 5 runs on only 4 hits and no errors in the ballgame for the Tigers. And that's upstairs, running the count to 3-1.
You could pretty much book it that a fastball's coming. A challenge fastball right here. He cannot allow the 9-hole hitter to get on base with the top of the order looming.
And there's a base hit on the line. Number 9 batter comes through that time, as it'll now be up to the top of the order with 1 away. And he is in there.
And this is just a cut fastball. He's trying to sneak in the back door. He's unable to get it done, leaves it right over the heart of the plate, and that's just too easy for a guy like this. He's licking his chops as the ball arrives, and he drills it to the outfield for an extra base hit.
And it's 2-1 to the Tigers' leadoff hitter. From the stretch. Called strike 2. And he held up in time, but it's strike 3 called, and there are 2 down.
You know, I'm not quite sure how that strikeout will be scored, looking or swinging. He tried to check his swing, but I'm pretty sure the home plate umpire was ringing him up regardless.
Drives it out to deep right center field. Center fielder looking up. Gone! So it's a 2-run shot to right center. First home run of the campaign for him as this lead swells to 7-0.
You're going to get one fastball right down the middle, probably once or twice a game, and you cannot miss it. And he did not miss it. He roasted that pitch.
To the plate now, Cameron Maben. Grounder down the line at third. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And the recovery's too late as he's able to beat the throw to first.
The batter, number 8. Second baseman, Jonathan Scope.
At the plate now, Jonathan Scope. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1.
Somebody's getting frustrated. He's not used to getting hit around like this.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Right fielder is on the run. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the side.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the Tigers do get a couple, however, on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the inning now. Digging in now, Francisco Lindor. He has flied and lined out in 2 trips in this one.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
And it's up to a 3-2 full count now. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Franmil Reyes. No hits to this point.
The designated hitter, Reyes.
And he fouls this one off. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Hey, I hope that call doesn't throw him off his game right here. He's been pitching one heck of a game, and I'd hate to see the umpire get in his head right now.
Oh, and he struck him out as well, so he's carving right through the heart of this lineup as there are 2 away now.
The first baseman.
Ready for another chance? Carlos Santana. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame.
Now pitching for the Tigers.
Now here comes Ron Gardenhire up out of the dugout, and it would appear he's seen enough of his starter this afternoon. So his final line will show 6 2/3 innings pitched. He was very effective out there, no doubt. 2-1 to the Indians' first baseman.
Well, that backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's a very effective pitch. If you can hit the outside corner of that pitch, it's unhittable.
Line toward the alley in left center, and that's into the gap and should be extra bases. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
This game might be over for all intents and purposes, but somebody forgot to tell this guy. He's a grinder, and he's going to approach every at-bat like it's his last. Does it again here and delivers a double into the gap.
And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning. Start of the 8th on its way, but first Heidi Watney standing by with this report.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Tigers manager Ron Gardenhire during the break about the team's offensive performance so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've earned 5 walks in the game, and he said that's not only leading to a lot of run-scoring opportunities, but it's also forcing the pitching on the other side to work a lot harder and throw more pitches than they want to.
Thank you, Heidi. Nick Whitgren enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is. Just off the inside part of the plate. It's 3-1. And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning. Digging in, C.J. Cron. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. 2 balls and a strike to the Tigers' first baseman. Tried to crush that ball and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Here now the 2-2. Hard hit ball to second, and that finds its way through for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Now batting, the catcher, Austin.
You don't get too many pitches a day in the big leagues. Middle cut. His eyes lit up right there. This pitcher's lucky he's not getting another ball from the umpire.
1-2 to the Tigers catcher. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Swing and a ball lifted into straightaway center. Mercado is there, and he has it for the first out.
Now batting.
Striding into the box, Nico Goodrum. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out.
Yeah, Matty, but as he walks to the plate right here, he feels good building off that last AB. He hit that ball on the screws.
And this one's in the dirt. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. The 2-2. Cabrera at second. Crone at first. 1 gone. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. Digging in and looking for more, Jacoby Jones. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far.
Jacoby Jones.
A ball and 2 strikes now.
1-2.
Hey, it's looking like he may be able to get out of this one after giving up 2 singles early.
The 1-2. Yanked on the ground down the line. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. Back up the middle and in for a base hit. Long throw to the plate. Oh, but it's offline, so the run will score.
Yeah, Matt, hard to stay focused on the game when the score is this far out of hand, especially when you're on the losing side of it. Even as broadcasters, it can be a little bit challenging to stay fully dialed in.
Stepping in now, Harold Castro. And he misses with it for ball 4, so the bases will be loaded now with 2 away. Adam Pletko comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. Fastball called strike. 1-2. Got him. So the damage winds up not being as bad as it could have been as they'll strand the base. So here's Tyler Naquin.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
Center fielder giving chase. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 8.
Now at the plate, Jordan Luplow. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. The 1-2. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first and no swing. It's ball 2. The 2-2. And he struck him out. So he's down on strikes for the second time this afternoon. Stepping in, Roberto Perez. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Outside part of the plate, the changeup is in there. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Struck him out, so he's set down on strikes for the second time today. Indians go down. New inning set to get underway. Striding in, Cameron Maben. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. Sent on the ground out to second. Reined in. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
Now that second baseman.
So that'll bring up Jonathan Schoop. And the pitch on 2-1. Now a changeup, but it misses just a little below the zone. Danger looms on deck here in the person of Miguel Cabrera. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
What I love right there is just the freedom in that hack. He ain't trying to do anything but hit the baseball as far as he can.
Smoked on the ground up the middle, and that'll get on through into center, and he's got himself a 1-out hit. Well, after being late on a fastball there, it looked like they did him a favor.
Yeah, Matt, that's surprising right there. I don't understand that pitch sequence. He blew the fastball right by him, sped up his bat with the off speed, and got hurt.
In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now.
You could bet he wants that one back at the plate right now. That's a pitch you normally see a guy drive if he has the right approach going.
High in the air out towards shallow right. Right fielder giving chase. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
Now batting.
Into the box now, C.J. Cron. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes.
Good spot for an RBI. Put the ball in play with the runner in motion. He could score all the way from first.
Has a look, now the pitch. Fly ball out toward left center field. And that'll get down out there for extra bases. Schoop rounds the corner and is headed home. He comes across to score as they extend their lead even further.
That's just some great base running from the guy at first. The ball had plenty of air under it, but he got a good read, recognizing it wasn't going to be caught, and he hustled all the way around home. That's something that shouldn't go unrecognized in that play.
And that'll get by into center field for a base hit. And now Gracious, just getting the ball back into the infield is becoming a problem.
You know what I like right there, Dan, is the batter's approach. Not trying to do too much. Just taking it right back up the chute again, staying within himself, and just knowing that anything to the outfield gets him an RBI.
Yeah, that's a good piece of hitting. That's a great point, Giro. I think a lot of times hitters go up there trying to do a little bit too much. Sometimes you just have to go ahead and hit the ball where it's pitched, and a good job and a run batted in.
And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4. And as a result, that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2 away. Dominic Leone enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is. Victor Reyes will start to loosen up in the on-deck circle as he'll bat with 2 on and 2 out here.
22, Victor Reyes.
Out in front as this is pulled foul into the seats. The 1-2 is a fastball that misses.
Not sure if that was a great take or if he got locked up on a two-seamer running away, but either way, it worked out well for him. That's a well-thrown pitch, though.
The 2-2 one more time is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Victor Reyes stays in the ball game in the 9-hole and takes over out in center field. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Cesar Hernandez. And then what's gone wrong for this lineup today? They're only 3 outs away from being shut out.
Boy, you know, I just haven't seen a lot of fight in these at-bats. Now, of course, plenty of credit goes to that pitching, but the effort on the offensive side has been pretty lethargic watching from up here in the booth, Matt.
Yeah, I would imagine it feels the same from watching in the stands in this one. Dawa Lugo will also enter as he takes over at third base.
Now playing third base, number 18.
Liner towards second, but this will be gloved out there at second as he didn't have far to go for the out.
Now
Stepping in, Oscar Mercado. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Drilled to the right side. Scooped up. And, oh, the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, and he'll reach it first. Coming to the plate now, Francisco Lindor. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. 2-2.
Might have been taking all the way right there. That pitch couldn't have split the strike zone any better, and you can bet he wants that one back at the plate.
To second for 1. On to first, and he rolls a double play ball to end it here as this ball game is over.
Yeah, and they end this thing with style, turning that double play to preserve the win. That's what we call finishing strong.
10-0, the final shutout score in this one. The Detroit Tigers took the lead in the 4th and held on until the end. Daniel Norris earns his first win of the season. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Tigers, 10 runs, 12 hits. No errors, they left 10 men on base. For Cleveland, no runs, 5 hits, 1 error, they left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 20 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.